Didn't see you there. Welcome to Totally Todd's Guitar Wild with your host, Totally Todd, this guy. Welcome to the first installment of Shred-a-pedia, where I go over all the crazy and wild things that you are too afraid to ask, but maybe you need to know about shredding. I'm gonna teach you how to do this. So when you go to Guitar Center, everybody is crowded around you. You go to that party, there's a guy over there playing Wonderwall. Nothing like that. You want to get all your friends crowded around you, hooting and hollering, throwing you money. You're shredding. You're going. Technically, it's too easy. But before we get started with any of that stuff, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Smash it. Smash the subscribe button for videos like this. Do you want to learn how to play Wonderwall? Maybe I will address Wonderwall at some point. But that's not part of the Shred-a-pedia, as we all know. All right, let's get down to it. Tapping, finger tapping. What is it? It's the and what we're doing is, typically, as we all know, if you're at the Guitar Wild forum, you play with the pick or your fingers down here. But up here, we're using a technique where we push down and pull off in a number of different orders. What I'm gonna go over right now is just 3 notes at a time. The method that I've come up with to share with you is the 3-2-1 tap. 3-2-1, 3-2-1, 3-2-1, 3-2-1, over and over and over till you get to guitar bliss. So let's go over what the 3-2-1 method is. So on the high E string, we're gonna use 2 frets and the open string. Turn it up just a little bit. All right, we have placing both pointer fingers on the 7th fret and the 3rd fret at the same time. So we're gonna point, pull, and pull. Point, pull, and pull. I've worked out an example where we're gonna start top of the neck and go down to the 12th fret. I'm gonna be using the E minor scale on just the 1 string, the high E string. I might use a chromatic note if I'm feeling saucy. There are some rules you should follow, but especially with things like tapping and shredding in general, feel free to experiment, especially if you're just at home by yourself. There are no rules. Just a couple of guidelines that I want to show you that I've used to get through my way of shredding. All right, so what we're gonna do in this example, we're gonna 3-2-1 all the way down to the 12th fret. Again, for every group of 3, we press down at the same time. 3, 2, open. 5, 3, open. 7, 5, open. 8, 7, open. 10, 8, open. 12, 10, open. Now you can kind of stew on any of these for a little bit before you go to the next little area, group of 3. You can do this. I'm not teaching you a song, so you can do any part of this as many times as you want before you move down or move up. I'm just giving you an example of something that I would do and have done. I'm gonna do it a few times, starting slow, getting faster, and getting faster. Okay, so let's give it a go. Faster. He can. to drill in the fact that you can use any of these notes. I just happen to be doing in this example in a certain order, but feel free to take any of the notes at random and try and experiment and come up with your own style of doing this. I just want to give you some guidelines in how I got started in doing this style. Let's go for an example in A minor so you can figure out how to do this on your own and come up with your own licks. We're going to take part of the A minor scale. We're going to stick to the high E string, but our third note isn't going to be open. So you can either do a long stretch, or your third note can just follow down the same path. The frets I'm using, 8, so we're pressing down on 8, pulling off to 7, and pulling off to 5. So 8, 7, 5. 8, 7, 5. One version would be 10, so tap, pull, pull. 10, 8, 5. So let's do those two groups. All right, let's try it another way. The third note moves down the neck as well. We're gonna start with the 8th fret, tap down on 8, pull off on 7, and pull off on 5. So then the next group is gonna be tap on 10, pull off to 8, pull off to 7. And the last group will be tap on 12, pull off to 10, and pull off to 8. All right, I'll do this example a few times, slower to faster. One more time. All right, so those two examples were done on one string. Again, that was just one tiny little fraction of the whole entire fun world of tapping. This third example, I'm gonna use all the strings, and this is something I recently used in a session on a song we were playing in E minor as well. It's somewhat based off the E minor pentatonic scale with 1 or 2 extra notes along the way, but it's a symmetrical lick that's very easy to remember because it's the same pattern all the way up. Let's go over it with a pick first so I can show you the pattern, and then I'll show you how I personally go about tapping it. All right, so the pattern is going from high E to low E, 15, 14, 12. That's the 15th fret, the 14th fret, and the 12th fret. And the same thing through all the strings. One or two of those notes sound a little funky, but it's so fast, it doesn't really matter, and it sounds cool to be a split second out. Let's just go over that slowly with tapping. Now we're gonna be tap, pull, pull. 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 Slide to open E. All right, let's do it a few more times and try to get as much speed as I can personally get and go from there. Another aspect to tapping is your guitar pick. Obviously in these examples I wasn't using a guitar pick because we're using our pointer fingers. Where does the pick go? Because probably before and after your tapping lick or your tapping solo or whatever you want to call it, you're going to be using a pick. Personally, using a regular Dunlop pick like so, I'll kind of push it with my thumb like so. This probably took me years to get right, and it's something you can just do while you're watching TV or whatever, or YouTube as it may be. Do it right now. This isn't only something that you use for tapping. It can be used for any style of finger picking if you're going from a loud part to a quiet part. It's just another way to control your volume. So I'm just cradling it with my middle finger like so. And when I'm ready to use it for that, so. All right, that concludes our first Shred-a-pedia video in the series of Shred-a-pedias, the 3, 2, 1 tap. Pretty soon, you'll be flying over those cliffs of Dover in a lick-filled cloud, rummaging through notes in every minor scale possible.